Okay, Cecilia, you have been living in Tamera for 1 year and a half.
2 years and a half.
Even 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, I do some interview on Ecovillage and live in community, life in community. So, could you tell us a little your background before to come to Tamera, and then we will go more deeply about around your journey in Tamera.
I was a lucky human being because since I was small, I traveled the world, and I lived in the Caribbean when I was 7 years old. I lived in Libya when I was 6 years old, and then back to Italy. And I think this experience of traveling as a child opened up the view on the world very soon, and the consciousness of what was happening in the world. So then I decided to study political science at university because I was convinced that I could find a solution there, or people interested in finding solutions, a political solution for the world situation. I was disappointed very soon by university, and so after my 3rd year I decided to travel. I decided to travel to Portugal and take a year off and go really for my wishes, and so to work in a theater in Lisbon. And soon I got in touch with the community or with the Ecovillage of Tamera because people talked about it. I looked on the internet, and also already when I was studying political science, I read a book by Zygmunt Bauman, Voglia di comunità, Longing for Community, I think is translated in English. And I said, yes, this is the only possible solution to the violence which is in the world, or a political solution where people really live together without depending on governments and nations, is to build up autarkic, independent communities. And so from university already I started visiting small communities. And when I got to Portugal, I got in touch with Tamera, and I came for short, and then it was clear I wanted to stay here. And it was also a time in Tamera where they opened for students, for new people to come and study the knowledge which is here, and also get integrated in the community life. The knowledge which is in Tamera is about community building, tools of communication, non-violent communication, and tools where people can really say the truth to each other. And through these tools, the community works since 30 years. And since I'm here, I'm learning how to speak up my truth, how to create spaces of community and trust, and I'm also learning on how to always look at the world in a compassionate way, because Tamera is not only a closed island, it's also open to what's happening around. And so, yeah, I'm here. This project somehow convinced me that we can create a model, a living model, very dynamic living model, where you find truth, support, the basic for which all human beings, should have the allowness to experience. And from this base, you find peace at a bigger level.
You just said that you have been in some other community before. Which one?
It was small communities in Italy.
Ah, yes, okay.
Belonging to mostly the rainbow movement.
Ah, yes.
But there I didn't find there were no structures that really kept the people together.
Yes, yeah, there was not tools for community building, stuff as this.
Yeah, exactly. It was more anarchistic, self-sustainable communities. Very interesting, but also very unstable.
Yes. And so you began 2 years ago. It was easy to go inside how it's work practically if other young person wish to come here, for example, how you have to do? You have to demand to send a letter. How you do?
There's well, Tamara has a website.
Yes.
Which has all the information. And basically, there are 2 times a year where you can step in as a student.
Yes.
And
those times are when?
More or less in May and in October.
Ah, yes, okay.
Yeah.
And so then it is by, you stay 6 months?
You can stay
6 months, 1 year?
Yeah, the education is 3 years.
Yes.
So you can stay 3 years, but you can also decide for 6 months, 1 year. You can decide for a semester to semester.
And is it done in connection with one university, official university, or is it independent completely?
It's a completely independent university.
Yeah. And does it give you some, they give you a kind of diploma after, or not at all? No, it is not the issue.
No, it's not the issue to have official papers.
Yeah.
This I also like.
And so, can you tell us a little about your journey in this university? Those 2 years, what did you have learned?
Well, if I have to tell really honest of what we learn in Tamara, the main issue is love.
Yes.
Love and sexuality, because it's the area of humankind or where each human being has the most conflicts or crisis, inner crisis. It's the world of relationships is the most conflict area of our time. One sentence we always say in Tamara is that the whole world is lovesick. And I think you can also look in the newspaper of any day. There will be always somebody killed by some jealousy explosion, and it's the base of everything. Relationships, lovely relationship is where we come from. Yeah, I come from a mother and a father who were in love, and through sexuality I was created. So the base of life is sexuality and love relationship. And when you think that this is the area of most conflict, then you can see it also on the global scale. And in the global scale, it's the wars we see all over, in Iran, in Tibet, and so on.
So yes, it is true that Tamara is very well known for this, and the founders have this insight of the importance of sexuality and love to build a community. And really, the idea was to clarify deeply what is happening in love and sexuality through history, but also just at this instant inside the community. So perhaps 2 things could you just tell us a little about the tools you use or the kind of philosophical concept who are the base of this approach, and then a little your own journey in Tamera.
Yeah. So, being love and sexuality, one of the most hot topics in our lives and probably the most interesting topics, the tools we use to be able to speak the truth also in these areas are what we call forum, and it's a circle where there's a leader, and this leader says the middle is free and anyone can stand up and revelate or reveal something from the inner. Through this revelation, all the people can see you, can see who you really are and where you really stand. And in this you can speak about your problem, but best if you speak about your joy and your insights, because this power of joy and insight creates much more trust and high energy amongst people. So we really try to express more and more the joy, and for this we also use many theater tools in the in the forum. After you revealed yourself, or this person stepped in and revealed itself, then the leader says, and now it's open for mirrors. So all the other people who just saw you can step in and say what they really saw. And in this way you support this person, because this person just revealed itself, and the other people have the task to give the feedback, what they saw, what tools can this person now use to go forward on the path. So it's a big tool for truth and support at the same time. And it creates community, basically.
And so that is the main way to develop those trust in the group.
This is the main tool.
And so could you say more about your journey, how you come in Tamera, and then what happened to you in your private life, if you accept? Because that can help the person to have a more concrete idea of what will happen to them if they come in Tamera.
I mean, I don't think that if it happened to me, it will happen to other people, because we are already in another field of consciousness. People who step now into Tamera step into a different field. So something is more open than when I came. But anyway, my experience, I came here with my beloved boyfriend from Italy, and first it was just a shock, because I already had this political background of wanting to live in community and knowing why we needed to have communities to change the world. And I came also from a feminist background, so I was very into the empowering the woman and in gaining independency for the woman. But what I did not calculate very well was what really meant in practice free sexuality and free love. And so the first times with my boyfriend were difficult, were simply difficult, because I was a jealous monster. A drama queen. I couldn't deal with the emotions that came up when I saw another woman loving him or approaching him or being attracted to him. And the same when he was attracted to other women. I could not deal with it. But through the support of the community and this forum and also the Geistig background, Geistig means we study intellectually what it means free love, or what does it mean love free from fear. This is the extensive definition. Love, what it means love free from fear. What does it mean for the world? What does it mean at a personal level? But this challenge of being totally desperate with my emotions gave me also a lot of power to change a lot of structures in myself. So from thinking and from being identified with this totally jealous woman, I discovered that actually I have the same longing to love as many men as I wish. And so when I discover this, then, and I go for my true longing and for my true wishes, then, and I'm also allowed and supported by a whole group of people, both intellectually, emotionally, heartfully, soulfully, there is support in community. You discover that you're not a jealous person, that this is just an energy which needed a channel. And the channel is through expressing your true longings to whatever, whether it's going for your own space of meditation, reading, writing, whether it's making love with one person, whether it's finding your position also. Finding your position in the community. So what is your true task? What did the universe send you here for? And for me it was finding out that I can support community through making theater, through creating spaces of creativity and truth. And through theater also still study the thoughts which are in the community here, what we study. Now I can't start talking about the political theory because it's too much maybe, but
yes,
yeah.
No, you can say one or two words on the political, because that what is very interesting, Tamara, and very unique is the understanding that any political issue will move only if there are also a transformation in the intimate part of each human, because out of this there are no possibility to evolve.
It's this point of seeing the world as a whole, as an organism, and we are part of this organism. So each change, each transformation I make in myself towards my higher self, towards my true nature, each step I make, it shifts the whole also. But what is most powerful is a community of individuals which have this vision of through finding a social structure which maintain and constantly, through finding structure which constantly transforms the conflict. It's not about eliminating the conflict, it's about transforming the conflict and finding peace. This is much more powerful than an individual alone. So a whole community which works towards one vision of creating structures which maintain peace. This is very short said, but it's more or less like this. And this community should also create an enough strong field if it's complex enough, if it considers political issues, spiritual issues, social issues, mainly social issues about love, and creates the right structures, then we can have an effect on the whole organism of the world.
Yes, there is this idea of, I try to resume, there is this idea of more generally to be connected to the whole as holy and as a cosmic thing. And in the other hand is to build a community which support this connection in the true, this true connection. Is a good way to resume the...
Yes, this is also even more resume. Yeah, but it's a very easy theory, the political theory written by Dieter Doom, one of the founders. But at the same time, I find it complex when we really want to apply it to our daily life.
Oh yes, definitely.
So there's a personal level where you become a conscious human being, living, speaking the truth, supporting the others, taking responsibility in the world. So stepping out of privacy, you transform completely your life, and for this you need community. And at another level, the world needs community, because it's where you can really make a difference with a real concrete model where you live peace on a daily base with really practicing daily what does it mean to live in peace. This is what this community is looking for, and this should have an effect as a acupuncture point on the whole organism of the world. And still,
let's try to go again on this issue more specifically individual, which is through this connection with the whole. Each person has to find his own path through his own sexuality. So could you give us some examples of what happens to you after you arrive with your friend? You was in couple, then you have this switch, and now where are you? What is your own way to, what kind of love relation did you choose to have?
Yes. So I must say that although we had a really difficult time at the beginning,
yes,
now it's a time where we come closer again.
Yes.
And what created trust also is that no matter how we opened up the relationship, so we are together with he's together with other women and together with other men, but what created really trust in me is that after 2 years we're still totally in love.
Yes.
So this is the base where I know I can also trust in love in a way.
Yes.
When I opened the relationship, I find out that with my boyfriend, no, with my beloved or the beloved person, there is still a base of love and cooperation. Now I stand at the point where I first experienced really intense, intimate contact with one man.
Yes.
And so my heart could open only through this channel.
Yes.
And now I'm at the point where I experience an opening in sexuality, where I am, where I know my body is open to all what is central in this world. So I discovered the love for sensuality. I discovered how there is a disconnection between mind and body, which I have to bring together again, and then the heart can follow. So what I experience now is opening in sexuality, so I can open to many men and build up friendships where also I can land intellectually with my heart and sexually, but there is no conditioning. There is no condition linked to this. It's not if you have sex with me, then we have to
be emotionally involved.
Yeah, we don't have to put a cage around ourselves. So say if you now go with another, I will never speak to you again, or we have to marry now, or we have to have children together. I'm building up friendships where sex is included as part of the friendship, and I am free from dependency, from being dependent emotionally to one another. So this gives quite a lot of confidence and trust in the world that you can live love and sexuality in a different way from what I was used to. So before it was one man, I have to give everything to this man, my happiness depends on this man, and if he goes to another one, he doesn't love me anymore. Or if I go to another one, I don't love him anymore. Now my conception of love expands, and I discovered that true love goes beyond the people I love. It's the less conditions, the less cages I build around the love I feel to people, the more freedom I discover in the relations. Yeah.
So of course this journey is very very specific to you. But as you have been living 2 years, did you see similar journey to others, or I try to see if there are some form of classical journey. For example, jealousy is a classical issue.
Yeah.
Then the journey began by this very strong jealousy. I think that is the main issue for everybody at the beginning, I guess, for example. But perhaps you can tell me, it happens that one guy or one girl was not jealous at all, so for her or for him it was very easy. So can we see different kind of typical journey, or some other people discover they wish definitively to live as a couple, so that will be then a journey very different from you. And they, after 2 years, decide that they will definitively get married on a very serious basis because they feel this way. Or perhaps some of them discover they don't wish anymore to make love and get in the desert and be a monk. I don't know.
I don't see. Yeah, what we are doing in Tamara basically is to find the truth in love. So,
but is it the truth as it is a unique truth for everybody, or is it a truth of each person? That is very different.
Yeah, there's 2 levels.
Yes.
Each person has a truth, but there is existing a universal truth.
Yes, okay.
So each individual finds its own path through. The goal is love free from fear. Love unconditional love, you can call it. Love free from fear, unconditional love. The total, final connection with the divine, which for thousands of years had excluded the whole sexuality topic. So the whole erotic issue had been pushed away. So you could connect to God only if you were a monk, or if you go on the mountain, you get enlightened and then you're together with God. But imagine what kind of powerful connection you can reach when also all aspects of life are included, and mostly sexuality, which is creation, where we come from. So yeah, said this, which is, I think, the universal
issue, the universal truth.
Yeah. Then each one has its way to find out what is my truth in love. And you're allowed to, because we don't know yet, because all this knowledge is not present at the moment of what the truth is in love. You are allowed to experiment and to look, what if now it is the time that I want to be together with only one man? You have to show this, express this, and go for this. And when it's your truth to be with more than one man, then this you have to follow and discover through insights and and knowing yourself. The final goal is a life free from fear. So we have to gain this knowledge. And here in the community, there's created spaces, protected spaces of trust, where you can speak about it, where you can show yourself, and where you can experience truth and love. And through this you make your steps, and then for me at the moment my truth is to, I said it already, to build these friendships with men, where I'm not in a love story or love relationship, but it's really, I'm trying to keep a free friendship, free from codependency.
Okay, I make, okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.